What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, your soul's passion consultant. I'm here with another video, this time with the full moon in Taurus. It's been a long road, guys. How are you guys feeling out there? Um, Let me know in the comments. How has this energy been? It's been a ride for me. I feel like I've been a little sick with the flu, but I haven't been sick. Like I've had a little, nasally, nose here and there, but like not really sick. Little scratchy throat, but not sick. Like I know how to like heal myself and like get over it. So this morning, really early this morning, I took some zinc because my throat was feeling some kind of way. I made sure I've been doing my neti pot to clear my nasal passages. So how have you guys been feeling? Like that's how I've been feeling physically. But spiritually, I know I am going through transformation. Okay, we'll get into that for the new moon, but we're still feeling that Scorpio energy, even though we are in a full moon Taurus. And to me, this energy is all about progression. Like, how are we progressing? What are we doing what energy are we putting behind our ability to go forward and get to the next level? So, of course, I do have some journal promptings for you guys. And at the very end, I do have a activity for you to participate in that I believe is very powerful. I believe Spirit gave to me to share with you all. So, enjoy the video. Go easy on yourself. Know that things are working itself out. Show up in the most honest way you can to yourself, for yourself, and know that that will also mirror itself outside of you. So let's get started. So we have the full moon. It started yesterday, Saturday, October 28th. And some will say today is Sunday. Yes, it is. But that's okay. I am on time, divine timing, okay? So moving along. So this energy started yesterday, and you will continue to feel the energy for 2 weeks until we get into our new moon, which will be in Scorpio. So here are my promptings. Here are my initial thoughts about the energy. So reflect on what you have in abundance and in excess, such as your clothes, shoes, your trinkets, magazines, newspapers, cookware, etc. And these are just a few things that came to mind when I was thinking, like, what do people have a lot of just sitting around? I know back in the day when people would order magazines and newspapers, they would just keep them piled up in a corner or in their garage. I know my grandmother, when I was younger, she had a stack of newspaper that she would just kind of sit outside and use for whatever. I don't know if she eventually recycled them. I'm pretty sure she did, but she would just stack them up outside. So that was her like keepsake. Like she kept newspapers, magazines around. She had Jet magazine, if you guys can remember Jet. She had access and things of just different trinkets around. So I'm asking you guys, what are your trinkets? What are your things you have in abundance? For Taurus energy, they typically have an abundance of things. If I recall, the people who are Tauruses in my life, they usually had a lot of clothes, a lot of shoes, and they valued those things. They took pride in those things. It defined them almost. You can see them coming with those things. So do these possessions define you, or can you let them go? And that's when you get into that Scorpio energy. In order for you to progress, sometimes these things hold us back. These things give us comfort. These things let us know that we're at home. But sometimes, in order to grow, in order to move forward, there's some things we have to let go. So this is a nice time to clean out your closet. I've talked about this before. This is a nice time to clean out your garage and make room for something new. Sometimes we can't even put our ideas into fruition because there's so many things around us that's holding us back. Like we don't have room to do X, Y, and Z. Like maybe you want to do some projects that would need you to be in the garage, but because you have an excess of things in your garage, it can't allow you to get started on those things. So this is a good time to take an account of what you have in abundance of, in excess of, and do an inventory and start cleaning some stuff out. Like, I know for me, I have a kitchen, right? We all have kitchens. In my kitchen, I have stuff in my cabinets. I have cookware. I have things I don't use often. I may use once a year. I may use during the holiday time when I'm baking and things like that. Otherwise, it's just sitting there collecting up dust, collecting up space. So, in order to make that kitchen space more functional, it may be beneficial to take all that stuff out, put it in a box, maybe put it in the garage, because I'm not throwing it away. It is useful. So, I'm not saying a lot of this stuff needs to be thrown out. Some stuff do need to be thrown out, but some things may need to be put in another space and used for another time, so that that kitchen, my kitchen that I use every day, is more functional for everyday use. So these are things to consider. Rearranging, throwing things out to make room for other things, new things in your life, and not being a hoarder or having things in excess, especially if you're not using it and you have no plans on using it. So let's take that into account. Do these possessions define you, or can you let them go so that you can progress? What is holding you back? So that's just an example of things that could be holding you back, practical things that could be holding you back in your everyday life. Okay, so let's get into these journal promptings. So Taurus deals with the throat, the ears, the nose, the voice, the neck, the tonsils, and the thyroid. The thyroid's purpose, this is the one I'm going to focus on. The thyroid's purpose is to produce, store, and release hormones into the bloodstream. The function of these hormones are to regulate your metabolism, control growth and development, manage your heart rate and blood pressure, maintain a healthy body temperature, support digestive function, and it affects muscle functions. Okay, that's a lot. The thyroid's out here working hard for us and for our body. So my question to you, how hard are you working to maintain balance with your eating, your spending habits, and your work-life balance? So I'm highlighting these things because these things have come up for me in the past, in the recent past, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. Lately, I've been talking about fasting. Are you fasting? Intermittent fasting. You better be fasting, right? So it's been a huge thing. I've been doing it consistently for over a month now. My intermittent fasting, and it is really beneficial for me and my body. My body is responding to it very, very well, and it's encouraging me to keep going. So with this fasting, that's like an internal sacrifice that I'm putting myself through. It requires my mind to like calm itself down, my spirit, especially when I get the urge to want to eat, and it's not the eating time, I'm my eating window that I've given myself. With this internal fast and me having that self-control, this internal sacrifice, I should say, having that self-control, this is allowing spirit to speed things up for me on the other realm of things. So if I do my part, this gives a place for spirit or your higher power, whatever name you give it, to do the other half of the work that is needed to get a thing done. So for me, I'm asking spirit for a lot. Maybe y'all not out there asking spirit for a lot, but I am, especially in this season. As I'm building, I'm creating, I am learning a flow. I'm creating systems and trying to figure out what that is. I'm a little all over the place. So where even, my husband probably could be like, what is going on here? Shout out to you, babe. Hang in there. I'm figuring this out. I'm figuring it out with our relationship. I'm figuring it out with the business I'm creating. But I know if I do my part, which is the sacrifice, which is my end of the bargain, my work, I know on the other end, something is happening. I don't know what, but I know something else is being manifested, and things tend to speed up once I've done the sacrifice on my end. So it's a tricky thing with time and how that works. So we'll keep going. So when it comes to like your purchases and your spending habits, I know I've been spending lately. I've been buying cute things. I've been exploring what, things I may like, and just, spending. But though I have to be careful, especially with the Taurus season, and those who are Tauruses, out there. You buy these things, and thinking they're going to satisfy you and comfort you, and it typically does only for a moment. Usually after I hit, in cart, right? Put it in my cart, put my credit card information in, and I have all the things that says, yes, buy this. You need this in your life. As soon as I hit purchase or accept, whatever the word is, like that pretty much it solidifies the transaction. The energy that goes behind me going ahead to purchase that, I usually lose it. I usually feel deflated. Then I start to question, did I really need that? Well, worst case scenario, I'll get it delivered. If I don't like it, or if it doesn't fit, or I don't use it, I can always return it. And 9 times out of 10, we don't do that. We just let it sit to the wayside, put it in a drawer, put it in a box. And that's how we have accumulation of trinkets, clothes, shoes, cookware. Because in the moment, in the energy of it, you were buying it because you felt like you needed it. It was emotional spending. You thought it was going to comfort you and answer all the problems you were having today, especially if it's a gadget and that the stuff you can buy off Amazon. It's going to, I wouldn't have to worry about X, Y, and Z if I only had this gadget. Let's be honest. We probably use the gadget once or twice, and then we're done with it. So let's look at our spending, because we're working hard out here, but we need to maintain balance in our spending, like I said, in our eating habits, and give ourselves like when it comes to balance, like giving ourselves a break from eating. That's what the fasting comes in. Giving ourselves a break from spending and using our resources, overly using our resources to where we don't have a surplus. And then we get, upset, or we complain and we cry that we don't have enough money. Well, you've used your money. You've had enough money. You have everything you need. Let's be honest. We literally have everything we need. But we feel like we don't because we're not spending purposefully. We're not spending with intent. We're kind of just spending just to be spending. Okay, so another way of making sure we're maintaining balance is, especially with the work-life balance, are we overworking ourselves and neglecting family? For me, I know I can bring work home. I'm learning a hard lesson of not to do that. I'm learning that there needs to be a cutoff time, not only for the person I live with, my husband, but for myself. Like, this is giving my body chance to regenerate the cells that I would have been using, the energy I would have been using while working. So giving myself a break. Taurus energy can seem like a hard worker, work, because it's the bull that likes to plow through the through the field. But you have to have a balance and not overworking, but cutting that off, turning that off, and giving the family life attention, having that balance. Taurus is 2 in the zodiac, and it brings up that balance, number 2. Okay, just a little bit of information there. So Taurus is mostly related to the heart chakra. This is related to our love, our joy, and our inner peace. Do you have spiritual awareness is my question to you. Do you know what brings your spirit inner peace? And I'll be honest, for me, is when I'm obedient to my promptings. When I am following my promptings, when I am speaking up when I need to speak up, when I am holding back when I need to hold back. So it's a push-pull situation. Sometimes I need to pump the brakes and let the thoughts, let the things, let the emotions come and let them flow through me. And then other times I'm given things to push the gas on and to go forward in and to talk about and to address. So when I do that right, and I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, I am learning. But when I do it right, there is a healing that I feel in my body. I can literally feel myself tingle all over. There is a peace I have that I know I'm on the right path. I have showed up right where I was supposed to. So I'm on time, right where I was supposed to. it's really, it gives me life. I can do, if I can have that feeling every day, all day, then that would be enough for me. So being obedient and following my promptings, that's what gives me spiritual peace, my inner peace that warms my heart, that gives me joy. It lets me know that on a soul level, this is what I'm here to do when I've showed up and did exactly what I was prompted to do. So what I'm asking you, do you have that same spiritual awareness to know what brings you your inner peace, your spiritual inner peace? Okay, so the next thing I have is Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus. And Venus is all about love, desire, and attraction. So I'm asking you, are you attracting what you truly love? Look at what's right in front of you. What have you been doing consistently every day for the last X amount of years? And it may look different what you do in different seasons. So I've been consistently working with people since day one. My first job was in customer service. I was cooking pizza and talking to people, taking people orders and giving them what they want. That was my first real legit job where I got a W-2 at the end of the year. Okay. And even prior to that, even like the little jobs I would do like around the my community within, like, my mom's friend hiring me to clean her home. Still, same thing, servicing people, helping people out. So I've been consistently doing that. Now that has changed over the years, but the foundation of what it is servicing and helping others. And as I do that, really before I do that, I service myself, and that's how I'm able to service others. So just going back to my first job that I did underneath the table before I worked for the pizza company I worked for, I was cleaning homes. I cleaned my mother's friend's home. I was there to service her, give her a clean kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, and I believe she had me like dusting the living room. That was to take her mess, wash it, cleanse it, and give it back to her in a more palatable manner. That was my first job. And I'll have you to know, I still do the same thing. I do it at the job I do now. I don't do it deliberately as I work every day. In regards to the functions that the company that has hired me wants me to do, but I do it with my coworkers. I take in their problems, their issues, there's disgruntlement, and I clean it up, wash it up, and give it back to them in a beautiful manner, to where they look at it and it doesn't quite look the same. It's actually better. So that's what you call alchemy or transmutation or transformation. I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So am I attracting that? Because I need to do that for myself. So am I attracting that in my life? Because if I'm doing that for myself, am I attracting that with the people I come in contact with? Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm asking you, are you attracting what you truly love? Looking at what's right in front of you. What have you been doing? And I've been doing this consistently. Again, it looks different at different ages of my life, different seasons of my life, different jobs of my life. But at the core of it, because now I've sat with it and I've looked at what I've been doing. Do I truly love that? And the answer is yes. I love it. I used to say, I don't want to be a manager. I don't want to be I don't want to have to work that close with people. But at that point, I am denying what I truly love, and I truly love people. I truly love working with people. I truly love having conversation with people, deep conversation below the surface with people. But I deny it because of my own traumas, my own issues. So now that I'm healing and I am flowing, I am caring for myself, I am loving myself, I am truly attracting those type of people that are seeking the same kind of love and care I've had to give for myself. Now I'm attracting those people and I'm able to give them that love and that care very, very effortlessly. It rolls off my tongue. It rolls off my heart. So I am attracting the people that need what I've been giving to myself. And it's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful journey. Of course, once I'm not necessarily in the thick of things, because that doesn't always look beautiful and glorious and so lovely. But when I've come from underneath the covers, underneath a cave, and I have some huge realizations, it is very beautiful. It is very poetic. And I love sharing my story and those stories with people, whoever I may be talking with. And of course, as I progress here, I'll be sharing with you guys. So, okay, moving on from that. Progress report. How are you doing on your passion projects? Let's check in. Have you started even? If so, how far along are you? Take inventory of what you've been doing. Have you started? If you haven't started, what is necessary for you to get started? Let's start to put energy behind our ideas. Honestly, this is so satisfying for us. For me, it literally heals my body to be able to have a thought, put creation behind the thought, and see how it manifests. It's healing. It helps with my anxiety. It helps for me not getting depressed. I need to be able to communicate to myself, to my partner, to my husband, to my family, to the people I love, the people I am doing life with, what is going on in my head, even if it causes a controversial conversation. Even if it's like, well, that didn't make me feel good, right? Something that was said in the conversation, it didn't make me feel good. In the past, I probably would have just brushed it off. I ain't got time. I ain't trying to argue, move on. But as of late, I've had to call people. I'm like, what did you mean by that? When you said X, Y, and Z, what did you truly mean? Then being quiet and letting that person express what was truly on their heart. And a lot of times it's not as bad as you think. You think, oh, this person is coming for me. They trying to like talk mess about myself, trying to bring me down. They trying to stop me from progressing. And sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes it is. I'm gonna be honest. There are some people out there waking up every day here to hate on your life. But there are some people who are here to help support you, to help bring these things up, to make me a better communicator. So instead of internalizing what I think a person may be thinking or saying or feeling about me, let me express by asking a question to see what they truly meant. And lately, when I've done this, it's been actually beneficial. It hasn't been anything negative. It's actually something more on the positive side. And by being able to have these conversations that could go left and have them actually go right has been satisfying for me. It has been healing for me. It lets me know there's a right and a wrong way to do everything. So if I come with the right intentions to say, hey, I'm just trying to hear your heart on something, and not combative, not arguing, not trying to fight, watch my tone and delivery. Okay. Usually those conversations are very, very good for me. And I know if you guys begin to practice that for yourself, it would be good for you too. Let me know in the comments. Have you had those kind of conversations where there's been a conversation, something did not set right with you, it rubs you wrong, you ended the conversation and you later said, no, let me ask questions. Let me find out what this person meant, and you confronted that person again. Let me know, has it worked beautifully for you? Okay? All right. So moving on, Taurus is an earth sign that deals with being grounded, stability, and practicality. And Taurus is also a fixed sign, which deals with resources and being determined. So I'm asking you, do an inventory of what resources you do have and what you, do an inventory of what you have, and what you have is right there, what you have already to get you started on whatever project, on whatever thing you are trying to do. Just know you have all the resources. A lot of times we say, well, we can't get started because I don't have this. I can't get started because I don't have that. But just know, if Spirit gave you an idea, if Spirit gave you a gunktion or an unction in your spirit and your soul to do something, just know Spirit has set you up to know that you have everything you need to get started. Unfortunately, our ego will get into play and say, well, you don't have a mic to get started on a podcast. You don't even have a newer camera to get started on a podcast. But you've been inspired to start a podcast. Just know you technically have everything you need to get started. We hear people all the time say they started businesses right on their iPhone or right on their phone. And they can have an old phone and they've used that phone over and over again until they were able to upgrade that phone or upgrade the camera or get a mic or what have you. So just know they got started. They had to start a day one. So when I'm asking you, do an inventory of what you currently have. There's no need to purchase anything new. And know you have enough to get started on whatever that may be. Allow time and spirit to provide you anything else that you may need outside of that, because provisions will come. But a lot of times I think spirit is waiting to see how dedicated you are to a thing with what you currently have. Then once you show your consistency and dedication, then they will provide abundance. They will provide much more than what you would ever think you needed, and things will just start working for you, falling into place. So there's some encouragement there for you guys. Hopefully I've said enough, I'm sure I have, to put you in that Taurus energy that can allow you to start thinking and taking some internal inventory of yourself, to allow you to move smoothly in this full moon energy. Okay, moving along to the activity that I have for you guys. In this activity, I went back and forth to see, was it necessary? Did it make sense? Again, overthinking and second guessing myself, which I said, okay, calm down, Shonda. Confirmation was given, move forward with the material. And here we are. So the other day I was rushing off to an appointment and moving fast, running late as I do. Okay, but that's okay. I'm running right where I need to be. I'm on time, even though other people may say I'm not. And I'm walking fast, getting myself together, bags in my hand, and I step on a snail. And all I hear was crunch. I was like, oh no, what did I step on? I knew it wasn't a leaf or anything like that. And I turned around, it was a snail. My heart broke. As I heal myself, you become more sensitive to things around you, including nature. Like, I would be the one to say, oh, pick up the bug and put it outside. Don't kill it if we can. Like, don't just put it to the grass. Like, don't kill it if you can, like, get it off the path. So a walking path. Like, let's save the insects, save the bugs. So when I stepped on the snail, I said, oh no. I felt myself, and immediately I said, okay, what was the reason for me doing that? Spirit said, slow down. You're moving too fast. Had I been moving slower at a slower pace, I would have saw the snail. Not that I have to walk looking down or anything like that. I would have saw the snail though. I would have been paying attention to my surroundings. I was actually walking on a step. So of course you probably look down when you're walking on stairs, especially when you want to make sure you're not going to miss your balance or miss the step. I would have saw the snail. And so I was moving too fast, and Spirit said, slow down. And it's okay. The snail was a sacrifice for me to learn this lesson. But on a deeper level, your next movements, slow down. So what I'm asking you guys is to do clock gazing. This is the type of meditation I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to use this link that I have here in the this presentation. I'm going to put it in the description. I just Googled an analog clock, because that's what I'm asking you to use versus a digital clock. And stare into the analog clock. I did this morning, and it calmed me down. It let me know that we're doing too much out here, and that we need to slow down and enjoy the trees, enjoy the flowers, enjoy the snail, enjoy nature. So Taurus is an earth sign, so it does bring you down to earth. And one way of doing that is to slow down. It brings you down to earth by slowing down. So I'm asking you, the idea behind this is to slow down and to know that time is not running away. but we are just simply moving way too fast. This meditation is to encourage you to know that you are progressing, even if you seem like you're not. There's so much happening in other dimensions that we have no knowledge of. And some of us, we tap into that when we go to sleep and we do our astral travel. We do have knowledge of it that way, but even we still don't fully know. We get, I think, little snippets of it, right? Depending on how lucid your dreams are or how lucid your travels are. Just know there's so much going on the other side. Sometimes your slowness may look like you're sluggish, just like a snail, or that you're lazy. I've had to be encouraged today to know that that is not the truth. Your slow movement, your slow progression is just that. It is progression. And the way it may look on the other side to other people, it may look like laziness, but that's just not true. And it's okay to deny that and to pay attention to what you're doing and what you should be doing. So I'm encouraging you and giving you permission to look a little lazy, to move slower, to take your time, and let the people on the other side, the naysayers that are seeing that, let them say and feel how they feel. But really, you are now an example for them to do the same thing, to slow down, to take your time. Okay, so know that time may seemingly move slow, especially when you're watching the time. But don't forget that there is still movement and that there is still progression. This meditation is grounding. This will ground you. Versus looking into your mind's eye, which can be flighting meditation or visualization. So those who do it, I do a lot of visualization. That's something that I can do very natural. I can get into that energy real quick and literally be off in another world. I can be watching something and not watching it. Okay? Watching it, hearing it, but have taken a piece of whatever I was watching and went off to another world with it. And you get into a meditation or you get into a visualization. This is a little different. By you focusing on an object, it's another way of meditating, is gazing. You are paying attention to the tick signs, the hand signs of the clock, the minute sign, the hour sign, and watching that move. And a portion of this meditation I did this morning, I was looking at the second hand and watching that move, tick, 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 until it made a minute. That was soothing to me. Just knowing that progression is happening, even though I don't fully understand, even though I don't feel like I'm moving, but things are moving for me, period. I'm convinced of that. It comforts me to know that, because I can't handle everything that I would want to handle. So I have to know spirit has a portion of that that's being handled on another dimension. So hopefully you can get into that. Hopefully you can slow down. This is going to force you to slow down. This is very boring. What I'm asking you to do is extremely boring. Like, who wants to look at a clock? We hate doing that. We hate watching the clock when we're at work or when we're in a doctor's office. Like, they said the appointment's at 10. It's 10:10 now. What happened? This is like boring time. That's why we occupied ourselves with our phone so that we don't feel the tick, tick, tick of time. But I'm asking you to feel the tick, 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 tick of time that this meditation will force you to look at. So use the link, find your own analog clock. You don't have to use the one I'm providing, but I am providing the resource. While you're doing this meditation, I'm asking you to listen to affirmations or just have them going on in your head, whichever one is good for you. And these affirmations are to help you with time, to help you with slowing down, to help you to know that you are right where you're supposed to be. And the affirmations, your few, you can add to it. You can use these, you can scratch these and use your own. You choose. This is your meditation. I'm just here to give a suggestion, offer some guidance, offer some advice. So a few affirmations. Number 1, I am progressing beautifully. My body is healing by itself. Everything is working for my good. I am understanding my values every day, and I hold true to them. Time is progressing just as it should. I am not running out of time. I am right here. I am right where I'm supposed to be. I flow with time. You are doing it right. I am not in a rush. I am mindful. These are all things that have been helping me, what Spirit has placed on my heart, to be able to understand this Taurus energy, to understand progression, to understand being down to earth, to understand mindfulness, to understand being present. These are the promptings and the affirmations that I leave you, and I truly, truly hope that they are a beacon of light for you. Get chatty in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you feel about the Taurus energy. If you want to go deeper in a conversation one-on-one, please book a consultation. I'm here to service my community, and you guys are a part of that community. You can click the link for a session, and let's chat it out. Let's enjoy each other. Let's build. Let's have some aha moments. Yeah, let's do that. I really enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed the journey that it has taken me to produce this video. It has been healing, and I truly hope it's healing for you. All right, thank you. Peace.